Welcome and well met, my fellow adventurers. Thank you for joining me here today as we go into another Glamour tutorial video. So this was actually a request from someone, and I think it was really more of a dare than anything else, but this is going to be a tutorial on how we can dress as close as possible to one of my all-time favorite characters with Yotsuyu. Oh, Yotsuyu. She was an antagonist that we met in Stormblood. And the second that I saw her on the screen, I knew I disliked her. But after finding out more about her backstory, I still dislike her, but at the same time, I sympathize with her. She's somebody that you just can't help but feel bad for because she just had such an awful life. Like, she was constantly abused, mistreated, looked down upon, and just someone who suffered almost every single day of her life. And almost her entire life, she never had anybody who actually cared about her until near the very end. As for her distinctive style, she has a very unique style in the form of this beautiful, elaborate kimono. Unfortunately, we don't have the kimono in-game, at least not yet. Square Enix, I noticed that Stormblood has been out for a very long time and we still don't have kimonos. I don't know why that is, and I really hope that you are going to be planning on adding kimonos someday. But moving on, let's go ahead and look into two different outfits that we have for Yotsuyu. One of them is the regular black kimono style that we usually see her in, and the other one is what I like to call Yotsuyu's dying kimono. As close as possible as I could get to the look that she had before she died. So let's go ahead and start with the normal style, the black kimono that we usually see her in. So as you can see, we have Claire kind of modeling that all off. And I go ahead and tell you right now that these are styles that can be used for all races, for both male and female, with just some minor alterations. As for any kind of accessories or the hairstyle, that's completely optional, as well as the minion. As for the type of jobs that you can use for this glamour, it has to be either for casting or for healing. So you can use any of your magical DPS or any of your healers, those will work just well. And I recommend strongly using this particular form for the casting gear, simply because you don't need to worry about dyeing it, and that's really because of the chest piece. So I would go with the Rakshasa Dog-Eye of casting or the ornate Rakshasa Dog-Eye of casting. So it's the exact same style outfits, the only real difference is just how many materia you can actually attach to it, but both of these are dyeable as well. However, for this particular look, you don't need to worry about dyeing either of these. If you're not able to get the casting form and you want to instead use this form for your healing gear, you can do that as well with the Dog-Eye of Healing, either the ornate or the regular version, and just simply dye it a jet black color. That can work either way. As for the arm slots, we have the Thamnarian armlets, which is a classic, one of my personal all-time favorite arm pieces, and you simply need to dye it a jet black color. It matches just perfectly with the chest piece. As for the leg slot, you don't really need to worry about anything for the leg slot, but for the feet, I recommend using one of two different types. For female characters, I would go with the Lady's Clogs. For male characters, I go with the Lord's Clogs. So these were actually items that you got from a previous seasonal event. I think it was from the Moonfire Fair. If you weren't able to get them during that particular event, then you can go ahead and just order it online from the mod station. Or you can find any other kind of classic sandal that would also work as well, but these are probably the closest in either version. And finally, for the headpiece, you go with the white Hyacinthic Corsage. So you can very easily get this piece from the market board as well, and it's probably the closest that I was able to find. So you can use any kind of corsage that you want to for this particular gear set. I just went with the white one just because it matched the closest that I was able to find. So that's for everything that I was able to put together for Yotsuyu's normal attire. We also have another version, which is what she appears in right before she dies. And the only real difference about that one is to go ahead and use the white set. So you can either dye the casting gear like a bright white color, and then go ahead and just dye the armlets a white color to match it as well. Or you can go ahead and just make it easy and use it as the healing gear, which already comes in white. So yes, that's my take on the glamour for Yotsuyu. We still don't have the kimono just yet in-game, but I am hoping that they will add that eventually. I don't know when, but I really do hope that we are able to get that someday. Also, just a cute little bit of FYI for any Al Ra players out there. There is a hairstyle for female Al Ra players that matches Yotsuyu's hairstyle almost perfectly. So any Al Ras out there who really want to go the whole distance, I say go for it. Anyway, everyone, thank you so much for watching. This is going to be Fantasy Girl signing out. If you have any personal requests or any kind of glamours that you would like me to try my hand at, please go ahead and drop a comment down below. I always do like a challenge, but either way, that's going to be it for now. Thank you for watching and have a good rest of your day. Bye!